Well, that's a fantastic workout to start off the day. Now that you've burned all of those calories, it's time for some delicious comfort food.
Clover fresh milk is the #1 milk brand in SA. Made with love by Clover.
Now, the winter chills are in the air and it is officially soup season, and we're inspired by Lutffiyah's chicken and corn soup recipe from the #LoveClover competition, packed with goodness and flavor and nutrition. It's a bowl of creamy comfort, and she says that this is her family's favorite soup, and it's fair to say we can vouch for her too, but we're about to show you how to make it. There's nothing more comforting than, look at this, just absolutely beautiful, warm, delicious. It looks amazing. Nicole, I can't wait to get started on this recipe, especially because there couldn't be a better time to be making soups right now.
Exactly. Soups is the perfect thing during winter. It's just like that bowl of comfort, like you said. It is just, you can't go wrong with this. And I love her recipe because it is filled, it almost reminds me of a chowder, because it came out a little bit thicker than a soup. So if you do want if you like a thick soup, like our cameraman Pete said, he loves a thick soup. So he didn't even want me to add more milk. And I was like, but then we're doing chowder, not soup. So
I didn't know Peter calls the shots here.
So we've just got some onion frying in our pot over here with some butter.
Yeah.
And then we're going to add our chicken. You can add cooked chicken or raw chicken. I like to add the chicken in with the onions just to build up that beautiful flavor and brown it off.
Yes. Because the longer that the ingredients interact with each other in the pot, the more there's a kind of transfusion of flavors that goes around.
Exactly. Right? Yeah, they kind of just like marry each other, and they can't get divorced after that. It's just that. That is it.
What?
Food is like food is a story. That's what I love.
I love that. That's very cool. Very cool.
Okay, so we've got some spring onion in here as well with your normal onion. I just chopped up one.
Yeah.
And you're gonna fry that off.
Goodness.
And again with some corn. I've used a tin corn. You could use frozen corn or fresh off the cob. I would use 2 if you're using off the cob. Just cut it off.
Or maybe even if you wanted to, could you, have corn on the cob? Maybe those smaller little bits.
Oh, the little baby corn.
The little baby corn. Yeah. No, not the baby corn, but like corn on the cob, but that you've just cut up into smaller
quarters.
Segments. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. And then have that cook in there. Have the flavor kind of also marry into the family.
Yes.
And then afterwards, while you have your soup, you can then just bite
into it.
Yeah.
I think that's a brilliant idea. I love it. I love it.
Thank you, chefs.
Clem's approval as well.
I'm inspired by you. Okay,
cool.
good.
So I've added some chopped up parsley in here. That's of course up to you. I know there's a lot of people that don't really like fresh herbs, which is very sad, but I would add it.
Come on now. The wonderful thing about soups as well is that you can make it in large quantities and then enjoy it like over a week or something, like over a couple of days.
Exactly, and soups freeze really well. Except for potato soups, I would be a bit wary of.
Okay.
But everything else is pretty much easy. So we've got some corn flour. This is going to be a thickener. We're going to add some fresh full cream milk in here from Clover. Just going to mix that. So you want to make a paste first, because if you don't do this and you throw it straight into your soup, you're going to just get one big corn flour lump.
Oh, okay. All right. That's why you
don't want that. So you're just going to mix this in beautifully. And we're going to chuck it in now with our milk. So you're going to add about 1 litre. She calls for 1 litre in her recipe. And a little bit of cream.
Okay, that's to thicken it as well, hey?
Yes, and to add that also a beautiful richness to it. So we're going to add about half of this.
It's so easy to make, actually.
Super easy.
For something that looks so amazing at the end.
So decadent. It really is decadent. So we're going to add in our cream. And then our beautiful corn flour paste that we've made here.
Add that, and then you're going to allow it to cook for how long exactly?
I would say just until it's thick, because your chicken is cut into small little cubes. It's going to cook when this comes up to temperature. And once, like I said to our viewers, like when you're making a white sauce and it brings it up to a boil, that is the thickest point it's going to get to because of the corn flour.
Okay.
So when it comes up to a boil, it thickens immediately. And that is going to be your consistency. Then you can see, do I add more corn flour? Do I add more milk? It's entirely up to you what you prefer as a soup. Like I said, some people like thick or thin soups.
Excellent. Salt and pepper for seasoning.
Always salt and pepper. I actually added a lot of salt and pepper to this one because you want to bring out those beautiful flavors.
Okay. Now, what else could you possibly add to that if you wanted? Because I like soups with a lot of texture. So the more interesting the textures, the better. So could you add carrots to this maybe?
You could add carrots, but I
and...
think what would lend itself beautifully to this is some chopped up leeks or even char grilled leeks and potatoes. You could do little cubes of potato for more of that texture. You could add some crispy onions on the top. You could add crusty bread, or actually I would do garlic bread. Beautiful toasted garlic bread. And
what about coriander? I'm getting a suggestion from our producer. Coriander?
Coriander.
Yeah.
You could totally do coriander if you want to go more to that side. I know Graham wouldn't probably eat the soup then, but...
Oh, is it easy? Anti-coriander.
He's so anti-coriander. But it's beautiful with it. I would do parsley, coriander together, and you could even do thyme.
Wonderful stuff. Well, Lutffiyah's super recipe is available on our website, expressoshow.com, if you missed out. And Lutffiyah Gabir, thank you very much for sharing that wonderful family favorite recipe with us.
Clover fresh milk is the #1 milk brand in SA, made with love by Clover.